Hello, everybody. Welcome to my women's basketball rantings. This is where I give my thoughts about the happenings in the women's game. If you like this type of content, please like, subscribe, and comment in the comment section below. I put episode notes down in case you want to skip to any part that interests you. If you're still listening, welcome. If you're not, welcome. Let's get started. It's March. You know what that means. Championship season. This tournament was crazy. Crazy. Like my brackets tossed out at the first minute, like just tossed out. Indiana, I'm looking at you. Um, it was just roller coaster of emotions, great performances. Nobody wanted to go home. Some people were very mediocre. I really expected better. I'll talk about the people later. And it was just a very great tournament. So today I just want to recap my rant about the tournament that was and is still going, and give my highlights, my games that I really really enjoyed, my thoughts about some of the teams that flamed out faster than people expected, and then of course give my final four prediction. Let's go. So let's start with my bracket. My bracket is a mess. Like, it's a real mess. Let me just start from the top. The first round, the crazy upsets, Creighton and Mississippi State. I really thought Creighton was going to get it done. They didn't. I shouldn't have picked Creighton, honestly. Marquette, oh my God, it was like 2 points. A 3-pointer would have made Marquette get there. Florida State embarrassed me with Georgia. Drake gave Louisville a run for their money. I was like, oh, Louisville was going to like crash out, but they didn't. I was very impressed with them. UNLV embarrassed me. I thought they were going to beat Michigan. LSU, come on. LSU really impressed me. NC State, I knew NC State was going to flame out. So yeah, they did. So nobody cared about them. USC, I kind of called it. South Dakota State, very impressed. Iowa State, Iowa State was very surprising. I picked Iowa State to come out of the round of 32, but they didn't, and they flamed out in the first round. That was very embarrassing. St. John's, very embarrassing. And yeah, so there were some really good like performances out of the first round, but the real story really started from the second round when the two number one seeds went down. Stanford, oh my God. I called it. Yeah, I said Stanford was going to crash out, and they did. Yeah, they did in the second round. I was very, very shocked. Texas, well, Louisville played better, so I can understand that. It was a great blowout. Colorado, Duke, I really thought Duke was going to beat Colorado. They didn't. Oh my God, yes. Indiana. Just do not take what I say with a grain of salt. Never. Don't take it, because I had Indiana winning the national championship. How embarrassing is that? I'm very embarrassed for myself. Although I have quite a number of brackets though, but this is the one that I had Indiana winning. Can you imagine how embarrassing that is? And Indiana flamed out in the second round, and that just threw everything, just threw off the whole bracket. But whatever, who cares? So that was the second round. Stanford was a shock. Ole Miss, oh my God, they did not allow us. Ole Miss everywhere. Ole Miss. Enjoy your victory. Honestly, enjoy your victory. We knew they were going to flame out in the second round anyway. Sorry, in the Sweet 16. But hey, they got there and they put up a fight. So good for them. Miami, they didn't get out of the Sweet 16 for the first time. They went to Elite 8. I really wanted Villanova, but Miami did not come to play. Villanova was just outmatched, even though they had a late surge, but you could see that Miami was not letting this one go. Some of the interesting ones in the Sweet 16, Ole Miss Louisville. Of course, I knew Louisville was going to advance. Iowa and Colorado. Of course, Iowa was going to advance. Caitlin Clark is an offensive weapon this season. And then let's go to what we've all wanted to talk about. UConn flaming out in the Sweet 16. The most embarrassing game I've ever seen in my life. That game was embarrassing. I was like, what the fuck? Oh my God. UConn. I didn't have UConn in the Final Four. I had them in the Sweet 16, and they were going to bow out to Virginia Tech. That was the plan. That was the plan. And next thing you know, I was like, oh, Ohio State, it's Ohio State. I mean, they'll put up a fight for like the first two quarters. And then, UConn will do what UConn does, the way like they did for Baylor, and just, run away with it. And next thing you know, all of them pulled a choke job. Yeah, there's no other way to describe it. It was a choke job because like 61 points in a Sweet 16 over Ohio State. Ohio State is not that great. Oh my God. What happened? What happened? They just don't have players that can, step into the moment. And God, it's not even a moment. It's Sweet 16. Like, it's Sweet 16. It's not even Final Four is a moment. Final Four is a moment. And they still haven't even gotten over that the Final Four to win the championship. But at least they got further than they expected last year. And if South Carolina wasn't the team that they said that was, on a mission, all the players like locked in, they could have won that game. And if UConn, I don't know what happened to you on that final game, but whatever, that's another story. But I'm just saying that this is a team that could have gotten to the Final Four the way they got last year if they had players that were not afraid to be themselves. What's the worst that could happen? You would go home. You went home. Oh my God, it was so embarrassing. They were playing like high school people in the gym. Ohio State like showed them a master class. Ohio State, you should be the one showing people master classes, not Ohio State giving you a master class. The whole thing was just embarrassing on all levels. All levels. 24 turnovers, 61 points. Aaliyah Edwards had 4 points. Oh my God. I have to look at the game. Doka Ewers, of course, these are our regular average 10, 13, really double, solid. Aaliyah Edwards, who is the best player on UConn. What happened? Was it Jazz? What happened? 4 points. This is our best player. If she had a normal double like she has been having, all this will not happen. Nika Mill, 5 assists. Nika Mill is usually like on 10 assists. She turned it over like a million times. 3 points. Come on. Ezifo tried. I mean, I can't fault her. Lu Lopez, 25. I really can't fault her for that. The people that were supposed to be players were players. Caroline Duchamp. I mean, honestly, I'm waiting for Caroline Duchamp to happen. It has not happened. I'm sorry. I like you. I feel you are good, but it has just not happened. This is your 3rd year. If you can't, no, is it 3rd year? No, 2nd year. Maybe she will happen in her 3rd year. Let me not fault her. But I mean, I've not seen anything. Oh, she's good. Apart from the flash of brilliance she had, like when Paige was down, that's like the only time I've seen her play. Honestly, I think Gino should have really just continued playing her because I think it messed her confidence because she has really never come back to the player we know she can be. Ayanna Patterson, of course, she's young, she's like a freshman, so she's a non-factor. My point is that the players that were supposed to show up and be UConn players did not show up. And then you have Ohio State taking you to the cleaners with 24 turnovers. Come on. All right, moving on. I just can't. I mean, next year, I know they'll be good. I just miss Paige. If Paige was on the floor, there is no way on earth. No way UConn won't go to the Final Four. Not that Paige is like the best player in the world. She's a good player. She's a great player. But she has that Caitlin Clark like dog. Like, I would carry this team on my back. If I have to go to the foul line a million times, I don't care. If I have to foul out, I don't care. I'm going to win. I'm going to score. Give me the basket. I'm going to get a score for you. If I don't get a score for you, I'm going to tie it. If I don't tie it, we're taking to overtime. If we take it to overtime, I'm going to shoot the winning shot. I mean, just whatever it takes. They just I can't. It was embarrassing. UConn, I've come to love you. And it's UConn, I know, is synonymous with excellence. Like, synonymous with excellence. This was not excellence. I mean, you had just one chance and you didn't take it. Is it that they took Ohio State for granted? Because that's what they did with Arizona. So maybe like, oh, it's Ohio State. We can undo that. You can't. You're not that good anymore. You have to bring it every single game. You're not the UConn of like Paige Beckers, where, Paige Beckers is going to, it would help you out. And even with that, they still lose games. So what was the mentality there that they just couldn't shake off the Blues? Anyway, streaks are made to be broken. UConn streak is broken. It was a great streak. It was great. Like I said, synonymous with excellence. You don't get to like 14 straight Final Fours without, doing some things right. They'll get back. I'm not really bothered. I just really, really, I mean, their effort was just not there, and I'm always very angry at that. Like, I can understand losing. I mean, it's a game. Somebody has to lose, but I can never understand not putting in the very best to try to win a game. And I saw that they didn't put in their very best. That you can, and that's what hurts me. Not necessarily them losing, but the fact that they should have won that game. That's what hurts me. Let's move on from UConn and go to the Elite Eight. So when UConn fell off, I just really lost a little bit of interest in, the whole thing. But I mean, the show must go on. So I've picked a new team. My new team is Iowa now. I'm rooting for Iowa. So Iowa is my team. So we have so for the Elite Eight, we had South Carolina, Maryland. Of course, South Carolina was going to win. Then we had Ole Miss. We had sorry, this thing is a bit confusing. We have Louisville, Iowa. It was a very interesting matchup. I would not even lie. And then we had Virginia Tech and Ohio State. I know, yeah, and Virginia Tech showed Ohio State what like an offense should be all about. 84 points. Are you telling me that you can't put on even 80 points or even 75 points against Ohio State? Anyway, whatever. Let me not talk about it anymore. Virginia Tech got it. I was very happy for them. First Final Four in ages. Very impressed. Very interesting run has been LSU. So people are always like, clowning on LSU. They have a bad strength of schedule and your race. Personally, I think they had a cakewalk to the finals. I'm sorry. Indiana wasn't that strong. Michigan wasn't that strong. Utah wasn't that strong. So, I mean, I feel they had like one of the easiest routes to the finals. But let's see how they'll shake up in the Final Four. Personally, I'm not really a big fan of LSU. I do like injuries. I feel she's like a complete player. She's really good. She should learn to like get a 3-point shot and all that. But she's fantastic. So I'm really, really happy that they did get to the Final Four. So that's really it for the whole game. Let's talk about the games I actually really, really liked and the highlights and the performances I saw that I was so impressed with. And let's start with my girl, Caitlin Clark. Double, triple, 100 doubles. As in, name it, she got it. She's just the girl. Like, this is a moment. They say legends are made in March. This is what we are talking about. She's balling out. Like, it's like the ball is on her hand are glued together, and she has a straight map to the hoop. Everything she does is just gold. I don't even know. It's just crazy. And then the beauty of Iowa, which I always had a problem with them, was that I felt that they were too dependent on Caitlin Clark, and I felt that without her, like nothing happens. But so lately, because Caitlin Clark is such a good facilitator, she has increased all of them. Their game has been elevated to meet her level. Before it was only Sinano. But now Gabby Marshall, Warnock, I'll be something. Everybody's just like contributing 16 points per game, 15 points per. No, Iowa is popping. As in, I'm very happy for them. They are popping at the right time. I really enjoyed their matchup with Louisville, even though I like Ellie Van Late. Everybody knows that. I mean, the baby is crazy. But it's Louisville. So I'm happy that Iowa won. The game was fantastic. I mean, I just love watching her. I love watching her and Paige Beckers, two of them. Like, I've said it before, I'll say it again. I love watching them. So that was a really great game. South Carolina, Maryland was great, but I wasn't really too, like, in it. So I really can't say much about that game. Oh no, I did not enjoy Miami LSU. That was a terrible game, and we are not. The less we talk about that game, the better. I mean, 54 points, 42, 54 point LSU. They're going to be slayed. I don't know how good Virginia Tech is, but if they can shoot the three, the way I think they can shoot the three, LSU is in trouble, and I really hope they are. Because I mean, Virginia Tech, why not? Why can't they go to the finals? They deserve it. And then it all came down to the four: LSU, Virginia Tech. LSU was the 3 seed, funny enough. Virginia Tech 1 seed, South Carolina 1 seed, and Iowa 2nd seed. So 1 versus 2, 3 versus 1. So it's gonna be a riot. So I'm just going to give my predictions just out of the blues. Another bracket, if you want, take it with a grain of salt. So for LSU and Virginia Tech, I'm going to go out on a limb. I know people will say, why? I'm going to say LSU win that game. I believe in injuries. I believe in her. Georgia Amon is good too, but let me just take LSU because I mean everybody was always like not picking them. So let me pick them. So LSU will come out of it. Injuries is going to shine, whatever. Georgia Amon will try. They will try to shoot their threes, but I think LSU's defense might just make them get over the ump. And then we have South Carolina and Iowa. For this one, I mean, the obvious choice is definitely South Carolina. They're on a mission. They probably will get there. I won't be surprised if they get there, but I'm not going to pick them. I'm going to pick Iowa because why not give people a chance to shine? Caitlin Clark, I want to see what you can do. Caitlin Clark versus Aliyah Boston. Let's go. It's going to be a great game, and it's going to be on Friday. And I want everybody to please watch. It's going to be fantastic. I'm going to give my recap of the games when I'm done. My girl, Subird and Naturasi, they'll be on the telecast. I think I'll watch that. It just takes the pressure off. And just enjoy some banter, drink some drinks. So it's very fun. So I'll be watching it from that live. I can't wait for Friday. It's gonna be amazing. Thanks for listening to my NCAA tournament March Madness rant, and have a great day.